family and friends, we are gathered here this evening to celebrate the marriage of Marika and Kevin. I ask you now, before these dear ones, to declare your ongoing intention to live in union with one another.
Marika and Kevin have chosen this reading for their wedding day. It's from the Amber Spyglass by Philip Pullman. I will love you forever, whatever happens, till I die and after I die, and when I find my way out of the land of the dead, I'll drift about forever, all my atoms, till I find you again.
Kevin, from this day onward, do you, this day and every day, intentionally choose Marika to be your wife, your best friend, and your only love?
I do.
Marika, from this day onward, do you, this day and every day, intentionally choose Kevin to be your husband, your best friend, and your only love?
I do.
Marika, I remember when we stood in front of each other last year saying our wedding vows to one another. You and a handful of people who attended heard what I wanted to say to you in that moment and the vows that I promised to you. Today, I stand before you once more, but within this moment we have our loved ones present to see and listen. I never thought the day like this would ever happen to a guy like me, but here I am. And here you are, the light of my life. Marika, I stand here to give myself to you and only you. I stand here in the presence of your family and mine to tell you how much I love you and I cherish you. You are my best friend, my partner, my baby sore, my love, my life. This I vow to you today. I vow to comfort you whenever you are down. I vow to be your rock, unwavering. I vow to be your shield for whenever you need protected. I vow to be by your side through the best of times and the worst of times. I vow to you to shoulder all of our challenges ahead, because when we're together, nothing will stop us. Lastly, I vow to love you forever and beyond. This I vow to you today, in front of all of our loved ones.
Kevin, you came into my life when I least expected you, which is kind of a bit weird and ridiculous since we were both on a dating website looking for a relationship at the time, but I truly never expected to find you. I wasn't in the best place of my life, mentally or emotionally, and I always thought it would be difficult to find somebody who would love me when I was scattered in 1,000 pieces. It's like trying to complete a puzzle, but you don't even know if you have all the right pieces. But then you showed me that every piece doesn't have to be in place to create something beautiful. That love can exist in the most imperfect and lost and broken people. And I promise you, that love will be just as beautiful if either one of us are in 1,000 pieces or just this one. So I promise to love you through the difficult times. The times you feel like you are falling apart. And the times you feel like the pieces may never go back together. I'll be here every step of the way to love you and to help you. And our love will be just as beautiful through it all. Kevin, I give you this ring.
With all that I am.
With all that I am.
And all that I will ever be.
And all that I will ever be.
Every time you see it.
Every time you see it.
Remember my love for you.
Remember my love for you.
Marika, I gave you this ring.
With all that I am.
With all that I am.
And all that I will ever be.
And all that I will ever be.
Every time you see it.
Every time you see it.
Remember my love for you.
Remember my love for you.
It is with great joy that we celebrate the marriage of Kevin and Marika. Partners, lovers, spouses for life. You may now kiss one another.
And we met Kevin the first time. She brought him home. We ran out and got some onesies for the occasion. And Kevin walks in and I'm in my Little Mermaid onesie. My wife Carol was in her Harry Potter onesie, and Kevin walks in the door, looks at us. chuckles a little bit, but that was about it, you know. But you know, he knew right then, okay, this works. These folks are fine, and we kind of knew the same thing. If he didn't run out screaming at that point, he was accepted, and he's been accepted ever since then. I do think you guys are meant for each other.
Tomorrow, may you ask yourself, how did we get this life? How did we live in love that opened like the petals of a flower and kept opening, inviting us ever more deeply into the mystery and awe of life? Tomorrow, may you take each other's hands as you have always done. Blow a kiss to the world and step through life's secret doors forward into greater joy.
And I personally could not be happier that he has found someone in his life that makes him this happy. Because if you know this man right here, he has got the biggest heart I have ever seen. He will literally say, hey, you're cold? Okay, here's my shirt. Best heart I've ever known. So Marika, I also want to thank you for being the recipient of this big heart. And thank you for also being as equally, if not bigger, of a heart to Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin, for being one of the best blessings to Marika's life in any sense of the phrase. But I know that she is just as much of a blessing to you as you are to her. So thank you, and I love you.
I realize that I don't take enough time to look at the faces around me. Technology, whatever's going on in here, takes time away from me from really cherishing who's here in front of us. So for each and every one of you to show up today, thank you.